Hi everyone, my name's Rebecca and welcome back to My Bookish Travels. I am so excited to be doing a book tag today. I haven't done one in so long and I'm actually really excited. When I went through all of the questions and had to choose a book, there were a couple I had to think really long and hard about because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to pick. And then there were others that I read it and instantly knew who it had to be for the author or for the book. So this is going to be a very interesting one and I can't wait to do it. Now, this is my book tag journal, so I always write out the questions so that I don't have to flip back and forth in videos. If you guys have any book tags you would like to see me make going forward, feel free to mention them or link the video for the original one in the comments down below and I will definitely add them to my list, and you never know, you might just see it soon. All right, so this one is called the chocolate book tag. Who doesn't love chocolate? Only those who are probably allergic to chocolate. But this was created by a daydreamer's ramblings, and these are the different questions and they were so much fun to figure out. So the first question is dark chocolate, a book that covers a dark topic. That could be abuse, domestic violence, rape, loneliness, bullying, death, etc. Now, I could have easily grabbed 13 Reasons Why, which is right over this shoulder, but I feel like that is such an easy go-to answer that I ended up thinking, well, maybe I would choose Wake instead. But then I saw this one and honestly was so blown away when I read it that I feel like it has to be this book for the answer. It is In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. This book takes place during a world war, during a time when spirit photography is very highly sought after, and we're dealing with our main character's best friend dying and appearing in one of these spirit photography pictures and how she goes down into it. So this book deals with a lot of very dark topics, and I feel like for me to actually tell you which topic it kind of goes for, first off, I would definitely say do your research. If you get triggered easily by something that could be a darker topic, do your research. If, though, you are one that you kind of don't have any triggers and you're interested to go and check it out, this is my pick for a dark chocolate read, and I highly recommend it because I was so drastically blown away by this. I remember finishing the last 50, 60 pages of this. I could not put it down, and I remember that when I finished it, by the time I finished it, I just was sobbing uncontrollably at 2 in the morning, and I didn't know what to do because this was a ride in and of itself. So the next one is white chocolate. What is your favorite lighthearted or humorous read? I feel like I was looking through all of mine trying to find something different because I feel like I always end up going to this book, but it is kind of my go-to, and that is One for the Money by Janet Ivanovich. I have read this book at least 5 times. I still can read lines that I've read previously and I will burst out laughing out loud. I can't help it. This is just definitely my white chocolate read, and if you guys haven't read anything in the Stephanie Plum series, I think you should give it a try. If you like humorous reads and you also like to kind of feel like it's a natural human woman who is trying to do her job but is not the best at it, go and check this out. White chocolate, guys. White chocolate. I just realized I'm doing a chocolate book tag the week right after Valentine's Day. What perfect timing, and I didn't even plan this. So the next one is Milk Chocolate, a book that has a lot of hype that you're dying to read. Now, this might not be on a lot of people's radar unless they're kind of part of this group that likes reading this series, but I can tell you that there is so much hype, and even the author, because I actually met the author last year at a book signing event, was shocked that I hadn't read this book yet, and she's like, girl, you have to read it, and I know I haven't yet, and I just need to sit down and read it. But this is my Milk Chocolate. It's Luca 2 by Sarah Brienne. I really need to read this book. I need to just stop procrastinating and just read it, because there's something in this that leads into the next book that she's currently writing, which I can't read anything or post anything about it because I will get spoiled if I react to any of her posts about the book she's writing currently. But I need to read this because we find out who One Shot is in this book, and I can't. This is my Milk Chocolate right now, guys. I really need to just read this book. And look how tiny it is. I could get through this in a day, and I don't know why I'm procrastinating. I really need to just read this. So now we're moving on to the next one, which is Chocolate with a Caramel Center. Name a book that made you feel all gooey in the middle while you were reading it. So I really don't like using the same author in a book tag. I like to kind of spread stuff out. But the minute I read this question, I instantly said this book's name and had to grab it because this is literally it. And that is Drago by Sarah Brienne. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th book in the series. And this book is like, this is my ride or die book. I feel like this is my ride or die book. So I can't help it, guys. This is my chocolate with a caramel center. Like, I think this is the best way to describe Drago now. I think I'm always going to be referring to him as that going forward because of this book tag. Now we have Wafer-free Kit-Kat, which I don't really know what that means because all of my Kit Kats have wafers in it here in Canada. But anyway, it is a wafer-free Kit-Kat, and it says, name a book that surprised you lately. And this actually has to be my current read because I was about 11 pages in and I was getting very severely COVID triggered, which I didn't think I would ever say about a book, but it's a dystopian. And I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to like this. And then I read, I think, another 10 pages of it and I was hooked. And then I read like 90 pages in an entire day span, like at different points throughout the day. And I'm loving it so far. Like, I haven't finished it, but this is one that has surprised me lately. And it is Starters by Alyssa Price. As you can see, like, where am I? I am on chapter 7. I'm 93 pages in. Guys, like, I read that in the span of like just a couple hours. Like, I'm a slow reader. Okay. I'm a slow reader. I can't read like a page a minute. I can't do that. I'm not a fast reader. So like, this is pretty intense. If I can read almost 25% of a book in the span of 24 hours, like, that's a big thing. But this book has really severely surprised me. I am loving it so far. I can't wait to see where it goes. But this would be my wafer-free Kit Kat for right now. So the next chocolate is Snickers. I love me some Snickers. And this is a book that you are going nuts about. So this one is actually one that I read. It was, I think, the first one I finished of the year. And I just cannot stop hyping this book up. And it is The Phase Bride. This is such a quaint fantasy romance. Like, it gives Pride and Prejudice vibe. It's more the time frame. It takes place in an Italian-esque fantasy realm, and we have a fae who becomes the new duke, and we have our main female lead who is the oldest sister of 5 girls, and they're taking care of their mom and their house, and I just cannot tell you enough about this book. It's got grumpy sunshine vibes. It's so good. If you guys like Pride and Prejudice, and I'll just leave it at that. If you like Pride and Prejudice and you also like fantasy and maybe you like playing fantasy games on your computer or on the Xbox, like, go and check this book out. You will not be disappointed. This is definitely my Snickers, and I will fight anyone who says it's not. Next one is Hot Chocolate with Cream and Marshmallows. What book would you turn to for a comfort read? So I was looking at these shelves because they're the only ones that I can actually like actively see all of the things on it, whereas the ones that are all stacked together, I can't get through them very easily. So I know that a comfort read is one that I can kind of get through quickly. And for me, it usually ends up being manga. I love reading manga. Oh, I just want to say manga and manhwa. I love reading manga, and I definitely would say that that is a comfort read for me. So I had to pick what gives me comfort vibes and instantly makes me happy. And An Incurable Case of Love. I have read this entire series. If you guys were fans of It Started With a Kiss, It Is Zero and a Kiss, Playful Kiss, if you are a fan of those, this is like that 2.0. Because you do have doctors and nurses in this. You do have grumpy sunshine vibes. Again, you've got that going on. And then the other thing is you kind of have, like, he cannot stand her from the start and he really doesn't like her. And she has been in love with him for years. And I will stand firm on this rock. It is so good. This is my Hot Chocolate with Cream and Marshmallows. And this one is Box of Chocolates. What series have you read that you feel has a wide variety and a little something for everyone? So this one was really hard because when you're trying to find something that has like a little bit for everyone, it's really difficult to find something that you think everybody could pretty much get behind, because you've got those that enjoy reading fantasy, you have those that maybe enjoy reading romance, you have those that enjoy reading action, those that enjoy adventure. This, I don't think, has romance. But my go-to when it comes to recommending series for anyone, if somebody was to walk up to me and state, what series would you recommend? I usually say that you need to go with a middle grade. And I kind of wanted to take a side detour from middle grade where it has romance in it, because I could have easily gone for The School for Good and Evil. But I kind of wanted to pull back because I think that one really blew up because of the Netflix film, which I didn't really like. But I wanted to go with one that definitely, if I had to think of one that I have read from start to finish and really loved it, it would be the Spiderwick Chronicles. And I really have not met anyone that has been recommended to read these and been like, nah, not for me. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't somebody out there that's going to be like, nah, this series was not for me. I'm just saying that I myself, for anyone that I have recommended this to, have read it and been like, nah, I didn't like it. So this is going to be my choice for, what was it again? I can't even remember the name. Every other one I remember the name. This is Box of Chocolates. So I would say this is my box of chocolates because this one I think just really gives, like, it has a family aspect because it's two brothers and a sister. You have adventure, action, you deal with fantasy, and you're also dealing with them getting used to being in a new home and in a new environment. It is so good, and I feel like those that have heard of it, have read it and liked it, and those that haven't are probably going to be like, what is this? I need to read it now. So if you guys would like to read my box of chocolates, go and check it out. All right, so that is everything. So if you guys are wanting to share what you would pick for each of these, feel free to do so in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your guys' answers. Until next time, I hope you guys stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you then. Bye!